Rolling.
What's up, webmasters? My name is Jason. I'm joined by Brian, and you're tuning in to another episode of What's That? SEO Chat. Today we're here to talk about static and dynamic URLs. Now, a static URL is a URL that points to a page of content that really doesn't change. So as a site owner, that means that if you want to update or change information, it's something that you have to go in and do manually, but it also means that typically your site usually has content on it that is really just valuable to the user and won't often need to change. An example that would be like a dentist's office or a service provider where really they have what you need to know on their page and they can adjust it as they want, but they end up for the most part really just kind of having the content stay the same. Now a dynamic URL on the other hand is different. How is it different, Brian?
Thanks, Jason. A dynamic URL basically pulls from different databases to provide the information for you. An example of this would be like a shopping cart on an e-commerce site. Content management systems like WordPress and Magento, if you're using one of those, they create these dynamic pages. And the easiest way to tell if a web page is or a particular URL is a dynamic page, you'll usually see some question marks or equal signs within the URL at the top. And that's pretty much what a dynamic page does.
So that's really easy to understand, especially if you take a site like Amazon, for example, where they have inventory that's always growing and they always have content that they need to support their growing inventory and what they sell. They obviously have a dynamic site because when they put up a new item for sale, it'll automatically generate based off of what's on the page the content that's going to be there, as opposed to a static URL where someone like Amazon would have to constantly be going into the pages, creating new pages of the website, descriptions of the product, and it would just be more labor intensive. So you have static URLs, you have dynamic URLs, and you have Jason and Brian signing off for another episode of What's That? SEO Chat.